Assalamu alaikum. Islam. Robot. Peace, family. I want to talk to y'all today about ignorance and irrational behavior by so-called black leaders. I stand before you today while I sit on my throne before you today as a navigator, so I provide the world behind me. I got true east as true east and true west as true west. If you pay attention, you see how this map is a little different than yours. So the information coming from me might be a little different from yours. What I have on my head is a satuk that literally represents a level of bloodshed that has been shed for brothers like me to survive. The blood, sweat, and tears of my ancestors, they represent the blood of this hat, and the bloodline that connects me to the Creator. It represents the red of this hat. And I don't have any finite growth of any kind, so I put the gold there. See, this is custom made. This is a different rank. This falcon right here represents Shabbat, called the Falcon Tribe, King Falcon. And I have the messenger right here. See that? It's the messenger. Put his face where the sun is, because the sun sent him as a messenger. See that? See, this is different. This is a whole degree that's in front of you right now. I got both of y'all scales. I got this, foolish ones, and I got the ones who actually consider what they're doing. I'm paying attention to both of y'all. I'm studying the do's and the don'ts. Alright? So, one of the do's and the don'ts that I want to point out today is, don't ever think that a gun club is an excuse to not read books. A gun club is not an excuse to throw out moralities. You have all these self-appointed leaders that are popping up. They're popping up with their own agenda, and their agenda coagulates cooperation with poor people. So they're arming poor people with the pretense that poor people have never been armed before. See, I support everybody, but I don't support dumb statements. Like when you make a statement to justify why I should be in your presence. You make a statement like saying, well, books ain't never saved our people. That's a lie. Books have saved our people way more than guns have. Last time I checked, if you don't know how to use a gun, you got to go to his booklet to figure out how to use it. See, black people have always had guns. What do you think the KKK started for? Because niggas had guns. KKK felt like those niggas with guns need to be threatened and warned. See, they didn't burn crosses in the yard of niggas that didn't have guns. Them niggas had guns. Name a year in black history, even during slavery. Now I think about it. Certain slaves had guns. Think slaves were just picking cotton? Wasn't that much cotton to pick in America, man? First of all, slavery includes a lot more stuff than what we think it does. So there's agenda going on that's forcing people to ignore things. You know, you're telling me that we have to protect ourselves differently. So I'm waiting on the new difference. I'm waiting on you to say something. And I look up, you tell me what I already know. We got to get strapped. We got to get our gun. We got to know how to shoot. We got to go. Man, Tupac already told us that. And they shot his ass with the same guns that he was leaning on to protect himself with. Malcolm X was protected. First of all, the most powerful things Malcolm X ever did was without the gun. That stuff y'all admire about Malcolm X was without the gun. He got more done without the gun. He helped our people without the gun. And none of his people got spit on, beat, you know, not like Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King got spit on, beat on. That's different. We talk about a man that was successfully able to move mountains without a gun. That's Malcolm X. And the man before him is the one who taught him how to do it. Elijah Muhammad had way more demonstrations without a gun than anybody. See, y'all ain't talking about the real gangsters now. Y'all not talking about the real people. When you consider having a gun club, you should have it underneath the teachings of Elijah Muhammad. You should have a section of your gun club that includes the teachings of Elijah Muhammad. Otherwise, you've just set the people up to arm themselves for no reason. Because the arming themselves might be the initiation to the door to finding Elijah that they needed. They might have needed to join your gun club and play with the toys until they get mature enough to throw their toys away. You know, a gun is a toy. When I was a little kid, man, a little bitty boy, you know what I'm saying? I don't even think I really even knew how to tie my shoe yet. Probably did tie my shoe. But I'm saying my first gun, my first toy that one of my big cousins ever gave me was a gun. I found my big cousin's gun in the closet as a kid. They caught me with it, took the, made sure that no bullets was in it. And they let me keep it. And I kept it until I realized what it was. I kept it till I got old enough to realize what exactly it was. I was like, damn, this is a gun. Like, this is a real gun. That's when I put it up. But I had kept it on me. Couldn't take it to school with me. So, what you think of a gun and what I think of a gun are two different things. My first toy in the project's called Sudden Death. Think about that for a minute. The people call it Sudden Death Projects. It was called Sudden Place Projects. But they call it Sudden Death Project. So here I am, a ghetto child trying to make it in sudden death, and my first toy is a gun. So this is tricknology. When you get older and become a man, you put away childish things. The gun is a part of me I'm supposed to be putting away at this moment. At this moment. There's other means to success, and you guys don't understand that. You ignoring that. You're trying to say that we don't arm ourselves up enough. When most of your funerals comes from us arming ourselves. We have the right to shed blood. We have the right to be justice. Some Justice Department ain't gave us no justice, so we got the right to, execute and do all kind of stuff on the side of justice that we have to do. But don't tell me that arming every child in America with a gun is going to cure that. Don't tell me that. You have a fetish with these weapons, and you're no different than the samurai clan. You have to learn that the real warrior, the real power, is beyond the steel blades. You haven't figured that out yet. See, it's not entering your mind. It's not entering your mind what I'm saying here. Tricks are for kids, and right now there's a trick being played in front of you. And I was a child or a kid. The difference between a child and a kid. A kid is somebody who's being groomed for sacrifice, to be slaughtered, like a baby goat. They groom it and raise it to be slaughtered. A baby ram, groom it, raise it to be slaughtered. Baby lion, whatever. Any baby, they groom it, raise it to be slaughtered. But a child is one who grows and carries on the customs and the traditions of the tribe. That's two different things. So I want you to pay attention to the degrees I'm putting in front of you. I'm coming with a golden Heru Heike Akasut degree. Asu Nupu Nasu Asu. Asu means the highest. You understand that? And all the other words I said are just different shapes and formations of the word Asu. Just playing semantics with you. Because all of it comes from the highest. So I want you to think about that. Today you had the highest message you can receive when it comes to guns. God himself, Elohim, Allah, Jehovah, whatever you want to call him, has literally showed me as a child that they're going to try to trick us with guns. Like it hit me this morning. Like I remembered, I said, yo, my first toy was a gun. I had to take the water guns from my nieces and nephews the other day. You know, they took them to, you know, a little event and they playing with water guns, and it disturbed me that they knew how to shoot at me with the water guns. I'm like, how y'all know how to aim like that? Put your hands up, put your hands up. You know, you play cops and robbers with them. But just the mentality of us training our children to do that is showing me that we are not being as mature as we could be with our own people. It's a lot of immature, immoral leadership going on. If you are a leader teaching people to arm themselves but disarm themselves from books, what are you really saying? I'm going to replace knowledge, wisdom, and understanding with bullets? What about when I run out of bullets? Then what? Huh? What about when I accidentally shoot one of my own? As good as I aim, one of my own getting to one I'm shooting, and I end up shooting one of my own on accident. See, y'all got to pay attention. Y'all not considering everything. Y'all didn't consider that God would have a man that was a child raised with a gun as a toy. He put it in this child's heart to put that, yo, I got something for you. Gun ain't doing nothing. I woke up with a shotgun in my face in the projects. Projects was called Gangsterville. See, Gangsterville had plenty guns. Name a community nowadays that don't have plenty guns. What are you talking about? A gun club? That's your excuse not to study the teachings of Elijah Muhammad at home? You don't like the mosque. You don't like Farrakhan. You don't like the group meetings and all that. Okay, I got you. Nobody said you had to be a part of any of that. Nobody said Farrakhan is the head of the nation. Nobody said that there's a local mosque that runs everything. Nobody said you had to be religious to study the teachings of Elijah Muhammad. Because one thing about the teachings of Elijah Muhammad, it keeps you from being dumb. It actually gives you options and solutions to all of your problems. And guns is a problem in this world right now. We had histories where we disarmed people with guns, where guns were shot at. Where do you think the Matrix movie was written from? Where do you think Sophia Stewart got that story of Neo dodging bullets from and stopping them? She got that from stories of FOIs when they had to protect the sisters from being shot at by the police. There's public records of Elijah Muhammad's people. Elijah Muhammad himself, even Farad Muhammad, stopping bullets with the forces of nature. You picking up guns and ignoring the forces of nature that you have power to. You so wrapped up on spiritualism. There's no word, the word spirit don't exist in Africa. That's an English word. You so wrapped up on things that have retrogrades. That's what I'm saying. You wrapped up on the alignments of the planet and you don't even know how high the sky is, the square mileage of earth, or what pi is. You don't even know the name of the man that gave you how big the planets are. There's a man that came and gave you how far the planet is from the sun, how far each planet is, how big they are, how much water, how much land is on them, the origins of them, how many civilizations are in the solar system. I mean, the source of this information is who you need to be studying. Because you can't tell me that black people need to arm themselves up because we ain't arming ourselves up enough. Name a time we didn't arm ourselves. That's old. That's the oldest trick in the book. Name a time we didn't arm ourselves. So I'm not trying to hear arm myself. I've already armed myself I grew up in the gun club. What are you talking about? I'm gonna join the gun club. Nigga, I'm from a gun club, nigga. Everybody I know is a fucking gun club. Like, you're not getting it. You got these wannabes who always wanted to be in charge of people. So they put these falsehoods in your brain to win y'all over. This sales pitch. You don't need a book, you need a gun. And then they say things like conspiracy theories when you dropping knowledge on them. No, don't drop no knowledge in this group. Nah. Keep them asleep. That's what I hear from these leaders. Nah, man, we here to just this is about a gun club and our agenda, man. Don't come in here talking about no conspiracies. Well, you told me about a conspiracy against me and use it as justification or needs of justification to arm myself. You justifying the reason I should be here in your gun club because of a conspiracy. But then when I tell you about other conspiracies, or I tell you about information of the conspiracy that you speaking of, you call me a conspiracy theorist and kicking me out of your little chat groups and tell people not to invite me to your little gun club meetings because you know I'm going to challenge you in front of the people. So now this is what I'm going to do now. From here on out, look, all you gun club leaders out there, it's time for y'all to come on to the debates. It's time for y'all to exercise y'all wisdom in front of the people so we can see if you even have a good mind on your head. Before you put a gun in your hand and gun in other people's hands, what is your mind about? What's on your mind? We need to examine the insanity of you guys. We need to know if y'all even know math and arithmetic and y'all IQ. We need to know if you're not some agent or MK Ultra or some nigga. How we don't know you a robot? It's time to debate these leaders, man, and these gun clubs. We need gun club debates. Y'all need to be. I want you to justify why we shouldn't listen to Elijah Muhammad when it comes to the use of guns in the black community to protect ourselves. Now, by all means, I'm not saying don't know how to use them. I'm not saying that. Because if somebody pull it on you, you got the right to take it and use it on them. But if you're in a situation where it's all-out war, you got the right to do things. But don't make it your agenda. Don't wake up in the morning like, yeah, I can't wait to shoot this gun today. You live by the sword, you're going to die by it. As so many other people done died by that sword. You ain't the newest samurai, buddy. You're not the last samurai neither. The forces of nature is what the messenger taught us to tap into. We have powers that y'all niggas ain't even opening your mind up to tap into. Y'all so spooked out that when I say stuff like forces of nature, y'all don't even, your brains ain't even catching what I'm saying. Yeah. Oh my God, he's on some voodoo. He's on some, oh my. You ignoring the fact that we already had guns before your gun club. What we don't have enough is enough leaders pointing in the right directions of the right books, the right information. You got plenty of information, but you don't have the right information. People just out here saying what they want to say. This man, Elijah Muhammad, already stood on what he's saying. He already proved it. All the scholars you like today came from this man. He already beat you to the punch, man. So you gun club leaders, man, I want you to debate in public, in the face of the people, how your program to protect our people is better than Elijah Muhammad's program. That's what I want you to do. Because you're getting in the way of Elijah Muhammad and his connection to the people. What he has to offer to the people. Peace be upon him, but his teachings are here. His life and his death was to deliver these teachings. When you get these teachings, you don't do dumb shit like start a gun club. Because you already had a gun club. We already gun clubs. That's not cute. It's nothing special about that. That's nothing new. You guys talking about this is the new black The new black. What are you talking about? We been strapped. Nigga, name a day we ain't strapped, nigga. What the fuck is you talking about? I saw motherfuckers shooting at each other at the dollar store the other day. Or over a parking lot. Over the parking spot. They at the damn dollar store shooting at each other. So poor people with guns, that's your agenda. Okay. Rich people with guns, that's your... Guns is your agenda. Now I see who I'm dealing with. I'm not dealing with thinkers. We already got guns. Give us other options. We already got that. Huey P. Newton already gave us that option and he got killed with the same gun. Khalid Muhammad gave us that option. He got killed with the same gun. They shot his ass up, peace be upon him, and his own family poisoned him later because the bullets didn't work. See, Malcolm X, he was cool till he started going in public with guns, encouraging people to carry guns. And he got shot by his own people with the guns. So, I mean, I want you to, whose time are we wasting, bruh? We wasting a lot of time. We walking in a lot of circles. You're just walking in circles. You have an option out of that. His name is Elijah Muhammad. Go home and study everything Elijah Muhammad ever wrote, ever said, and get it in your heart. Because you are headed down the road of ignorance. You are ignoring things. You're joining one thing but ignoring another thing that you're supposed to been joined on to. You're supposed to been had these teachings of Elijah Muhammad. You're supposed to been had it. Because it serves no purpose to arm yourself and do all this shooting and training, but you don't know who your enemy is, really. You don't even know the nature of your enemy. You don't even know the capacity of the agenda of the war that's at hand. You just arm. You don't even know which war we're about to fight. You don't even know which weapons to use to fight this new war. You just picking up weapons and saying, I'm going to use this. How you know them the right weapons to use? See, you're not thinking. And them guys want to keep you away from this man. So they're going to come up with everything to blind y'all. They coming up with all kind of shit. Hebrew Israelites, all kind of shit. Look at how it says, he got a saying. It's easy to